a natural force of nature unlike any other. El Nino is capable of unleashing a furious climate change and natural disaster. What causes El Nino and how are we affected by it? El Nino is not a storm but rather a weather phenomenon in the Pacific Ocean. During the El Nino, the surface water temperature warms up, leading to complex weather patterns. South American fishermen in the 19th century describing warmer water during Christmas time called the El Nino, Spanish word the blessed child. Nowadays, when sea surface temperatures in the equatorial Pacific Ocean rises to 0.5 degrees Celsius for 3 consecutive months, and when atmospheric condition and rainfall patterns changes accordingly, scientists officially declare an El Nino. A El Nino event normally takes place 2 to 7 years. Normal east to west trade winds in northern Pacific weekends and warm water that normally travels westwards is normally towards the east. Moisture then rises into the air and the effect of El Nino is felt. In the ocean, warm water pushes colder water downward, blocking the upwelling of nutrients-rich water at the bottom. This causes some marine life to migrate into colder waters. Animals that normally feed on the sea life suffer and fisheries suffer too. But also most noticeable repercussion is felt on land. In western United States and central and southern United States, the warm air and moisture lead to increased storm and rainfall, floods, loss of lives and properties, and increase in diseases like malaria, even in places where it didn't exist. In Southeast Asia and Australia, the opposite takes place. The areas suffer from drought, wildfire, and colder ocean currents. In 1997-1998, the world experienced the biggest El Nino in recorded history. Some explain that El Nino to 2,100 deaths and 33 billion damages. Imagine that. Some parts, e.g. Mongolia, recorded 108 degrees Fahrenheit. There was recorded flooding in Peru, and the US experienced flash flooding in Mississippi and tornadoes in Florida. Scientists are now able to predict if and when a El Nino is going to take place. This makes communities better prepared for it. Take a look in detail the Southern Oscillation event 1997-1998 El Nino. In early 1997, the trade wind in western and southern equatorial Pacific began to weaken and reverse at significant rate. The loss of the trade wind caused the western Pacific warm poles to drift east and prevent the equatorial cold tongue from developing. The cold tongue is a band of cool air developing as a result of equatorial upwelling typically occurring in the eastern and western Pacific. Sea surface temperatures rises rapidly from June to December 1997. Westerly winds that originally from May and June oscillation over the warm Indian Ocean added to the rapid development of the ENSO. As MJO that are found over the warm water, the increase in air of the warm pool created more opportunity for the MJO to form, created a positive feedback which increased pool expansion as westerly winds were being forced by the MJO. What are the effects of the 1997-1998 El Nino globally? Southern Africa, Southern Asia, the Philippines, Australia, all experienced warmer and drier climates. Countries like China, Peru, and Ecuador experienced the warmer weather climate. In the southeastern United States had a cooler and wetter climate. There was also flooding in the southeastern United States, ice storms in the northeast United States, flooding in California, tornadoes in Florida, and a wetter winter in the south and a warmer winter in the north. The effect created an opportunity for the tropical oceans globally, atmosphere also known as Toga, to show us a newly developed ocean observing system. And here is a picture review of the newly developed observing system. This helps to predict El Nino and saves lives and prepare humans for upcoming El Nino events by giving out early warnings and precautions to be taken. Let's have a view of the economic impact. Over 35% of world population was affected by the El Nino 1997 and 1998, as it increased the natural disasters worldwide. There was also increase in the mosquito events, and during the 1997-1998, which in turn led to increase in diseases, and this also led to malaria being spread in areas where it even didn't exist before, or in places where it wasn't rampant as it was experienced during the 1997-1998 El Nino event. There was also worldwide the loss of properties and many other damages. The last part of the video illustrates the long-term effects of the 1997-1998 El Nino. Areas of eastern India and western Pacific Oceans illustrated by a black curve in the graph. The animation starts at the beginning of the 1997-1998 El Nino event with the ISST of the 20th century. Okay, as you look at the video, don't let the Kelvin wave hold your attention. Watch what is occurring also in the Indian Ocean too. Okay, this video illustrates that even after more than 2 years after the El Nino event, more than 2 years after the El Nino event have passed, but East India and West Pacific SST anomalies are still elevated, as you can see in the graph illustrated in this video. And thank you so much for your time, and having taken your time to have a quick review of the 1997-1998 El Nino event. I was Ndago Philip Ongele, and together with my producer Chalo Evans Kimanzi. Thank you so much.